So Miles Ahead, set back in 1970s, about the legendary jazz trumpeter who preferred to describe his genre as social music, Miles Davis. Written, starred and directed by the brilliant Don Cheadle, centers on a period in his life where he's achieved so much accolade and fame for his talent, but then feels out of sorts with it because, you know, just like troubles going at home, problems with his wife, problems with drug addiction, and ultimately he's at war as well with his record label and music producers. And then in comes this Rolling Stones reporter played by Ewan McGregor, fighting to get a story out of him, sort of promising him for a chance to help rejuvenate his career and recover his musical session tapes, which are stolen by the producers. Here is a clip.
So, studied piano too, huh?
Nah, just woke up black, know how to play.
You're black? Is it cool?
Go ahead. Francis loves Chopin.
Yeah, she looks like a classic chick.
It's all we ever play at the house, you know, classical music. Chopin, Stravinsky. You know, we throw on some Ravel.
First off, I have to say credit to Miles Davis for pulling this off. It's very clearly a passion project for him, and I think it took like 6 years to even get the thing anywhere. It's also his directorial debut, which shows he's got a real flair for this, you know. And there's a touch of style and structure to it as well, kind of like snapping you forwards and backwards constantly throughout the whole film. It isn't one of your like a straightforward structure. You get moments where 1 minute you're in the present and then it flashes back to kind of explain certain things, and the plot kind of follows the same structure throughout, and then things start to unfold, and it worked really well to an extent. This is just kind of, it's adjusted a little bit too much for the sake of Hollywood funding and commercializing, which is a great shame, because most, you know, like probably what holds it back from being as good as it really should be is that very thing. And especially with a character like Ewan McGregor's reporter, it's like clearly that's just a character that's been put in there for the sake of a big name that we need to add to the project to say, okay, can we get more funding for this? Can it be a little bit more legit because we've got a white lead, co-lead, you know, or supporting act in the film? And it's just things like that. You kind of see that it draws back on the story and draws back on the plot, because you're thinking, well, why are we centered around this guy? And it's taking away too much from the actual Miles Davis that we're trying to know more about. It feels like, well, it's kind of one of those things that he had to do to get the project greenlit, which is an absolute shame, but hey, politics and all that, you know. Yeah, there seemed to be just too much restriction to the story because of that, and maybe his access to have or to use some more valid information as well on the events that actually took place. I don't know, like a lot of it seems to be washed, that I almost couldn't feel connected well enough to believe that what I was watching really happened or that it was authentic. So like, all that being said, I have to say Don Cheadle has done very well in the circumstances to still achieve a good essence of Miles's character and life behind the trumpet, you know, because a lot of people would have known him, you know, with the trumpet and the fact that he's just such a musical genius, but then very little would have been legitimately, you know, exposed about his life. So it was quite nice seeing him as the guy, you know, what he was like as a person, you know, arrogantly confident in his ability and his talent, and being able to say, look, I deserve this or I deserve that, or I'm Don, you know, I'm Miles Davis, you know, kind of walking around with that poise. You know, there's a scene where he walks into he was a big boxing fan, and he was going to this boxing match. He didn't have a ticket. He walked off all the way across, skipped the whole queue, got to the line. Bouncer was about to stop him. He goes, "You're Miles Davis." He goes, "That's right." He goes, "Do you have a ticket?" "That's my ticket." Kind of like, you know, I'm Miles Davis sort of thing. So that the things, little touches like that were quite interesting to kind of see, and of course the conflict with his personal life as well. So I think absolutely credit to Don Cheadle for he really kind of delved into this character and It's brilliantly done, and I think he learned how to play the trumpet for a good number of years to prepare for this role as well, which is absolutely evident because then it shines through in all of the musical performances throughout the scenes. They just seem really seamless, and you're kind of like, is that him playing it, or was that real music of Miles Davis that they've dubbed over it? You never really question it. It just flows brilliantly, and yeah, it's just really captivating to watch. And I feel like people who are real devoted fans of Miles Davis, I think you will come away really captivated by this and resonated by the musical elements in this as well. It is somewhat of a near miss to brilliance, but you absolutely cannot fault the passion and the effort that's been put behind it. So my verdict out of 10 is still a very good 7.5. Definitely go and see it, especially if you are a Miles Davis jazz music fan, or as he likes to say, social music.
That's in the forte, see,
Yeah,
like we're coming
that's
in.
right.
So,
That's right, and I wanted to sting it, hit it,
yeah.
and really take it off. Then they got a glissando. Oh yeah, man. Y'all listening to them? This is how this supposed to sound.